Hello, everyone. Today is 25th of March, 2021, and this is actually my first proper podcast. This is about the environment pollution. This last year, I did the MBA course. It's almost finishing, and both of my dissertation and the video presentation is regarding environmental pollution. Therefore, during the research, I come across with a special problem with the environment pollution, which is the plastic pollution. And I came across with this article written by Hannah, Richie, and Max Rosa. And this article was first published in September 2018. And because with the data, and I have read through, and it alarmed me a lot about how much the plastic pollution there is around us and how severe the problem is. It is just quite shocking to me when I read through this article, and that's why I've decided I would like to go through this article and try to emphasize this specific plastic pollution problem. So the first question is, how much plastic enters the world's oceans every year? And according to the chart, the global primary production of plastic was 270 million tons, and the global plastic waste was 275 million tons. It exceeded the annual primary production. And the plastic waste generated in coastal regions is most at risk of entering the oceans. In 2010, coastal plastic waste generated within 50 kilometers of the coastline amounted to 99.5 million tons.
And the mismanaged coastal plastic waste is 31.9 million tons. Of this, 8 million tons, which is 3% of global annual plastic waste, entered the ocean through multiple outlets, including rivers. So the second question is, how do we dispose of our plastic? Prior to 1980, 100% was therefore discarded. From 1980 for incineration and 1990 for recycling. In 2015, an estimated 50% of global plastic waste was discarded, 25% was incinerated, and 20% recycled. The next question is, which sectors produce the most plastic? As you can see in the charts, in 2015, packaging was the dominant use of primary plastics, with 42% of plastics entering the use phase. Building and construction was the second largest sector, utilizing 19% of the total. Let's see which countries produce the most plastic waste. Plastic waste per person, the highest countries include Kuwait, Guyana, Germany, Netherlands, Ireland, and United States. Total plastic waste by country, we can see China produced the largest quantity of plastic, and followed by the United States, Germany, and Brazil. For mismanaged disposal of plastic waste, for higher income countries like Europe, North America, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and South Korea, they have more effective waste management. But for many low to middle income countries, inadequate disposed waste can be high. In countries like South Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, between 80 to 90% of plastic waste is inadequately disposed of, and therefore at risk of polluting rivers and oceans. Now let's see river inputs by region. From the charts, we can see most river plastic is from Asia, which represents 86% of the global total. This is followed by Africa at 7.8% and South America at 4.8%. Geographically, we see that the majority of the most polluting rivers are located in Asia. River Yangtze, the top polluting river, had an input of approximately 333,000 tons in 2015, and followed by Ganges of India and Bangladesh of 115,000 tons. And then there's another two Chinese rivers, Xi and Huangpu. The next question is, which oceans have the most plastic waste? Once the plastic waste enters the oceans, and where does it go? From this chart, we can see that the global ocean plastic mass in total in 2013 amounted 268,950 tons, and among them 96,400 tons are in the North Pacific, and then followed by Indian Ocean, which has 59,130 tons, and then North Atlantic, 56,470 tons. Then is the Mediterranean Sea, South Pacific, and South Atlantic.
So today with this podcast, we're mainly talking about the plastic pollution in the environment. And we have noticed that annual plastic production is high, and the annual plastic waste is higher, it's even higher than the production. And 8 million tons of the plastic will end up in the ocean per year. And hopefully more plastic waste will be recycled. Packaging industry needs to change the habit of using plastic. Countries like China and the United States should lead in reducing the production of plastics. Mid and lower income countries should have more effective way of managing the plastic waste, like using landfill. Asian countries, especially China, should lead the protection of ocean and rivers from plastic waste, especially Yangtze River, the biggest, the top 20 most polluted river in the world. And the big question is, how are we going to actually do it to protect our oceans and rivers? Because it's a serious problem if we don't protect our oceans and rivers. And maybe in the near future, people cannot have seafood anymore due to the serious plastic pollution. I hope this video will alarm people, and we need all to work together and how to prevent this plastic waste entering into the ocean every year with such large amount. And thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye.